If we go back to the beginning of Okanagan Spirits, we started in the realm of liqueurs, which this is a product that represents that, and eau de vie or fruit brandies. So it was really all about fruit. Basically what we would do is take that fruit, process it, distill it, and then bottle it. But it soon became very apparent that although we were using old world distilling techniques and doing it properly, we are in the new world out here. And in the new world, people want vodka, gin, and whiskeys. And so we very early on decided that we would stick with our heritage of the fruit, but also add on a whole new sort of envelope or arm of what we do. And that's where the grain processing came in and grain distillation. And that's where we started introducing different types of alcohol, like our vodkas, gins, and whiskeys. And I guess if I could say in one word or in one statement where we're going with Okanagan Spirits, it's now all about the whiskeys. We are moving forward into whiskey production in a big way. And we're doing that because there is such a pent-up demand for whiskeys. All right, you guys, we're on to the second part of the tour, and this is where we find out a little bit more about how we make the product. Chris is one of our distillers, and what we're doing back behind us in the brew house is we're taking grains, and we might start with rye or barley or corn, depending on what it is, and we have to convert across some of the starches to sugars. So we need to cook them and add enzymes. We end up with the slurry, if you were. And so those enzymes and the heat are helping to release these starches, and we're basically getting a sugary mixture out of it. The lauter tun has a drain in the floor of it that we can then drain off this slurry or wash, and we're taking that and we're putting it into the fermentation tanks, just like we would with the fruit. That's where we then add the yeast, which is going to help convert the sugars across into alcohol. All right, as promised, brought you to where the show really happens. At this stage here, this is where we're going to take the wash or the wort, and we're going to bring that across and bring it into the stills behind us. Now, distillation is basically evaporation. We are going to heat up that still, and we're going to evaporate off the alcohol. And alcohol evaporates at a slightly lower temperature than water does. And so we can use that to our advantage, where we're going to heat it up just below where we're boiling the water. We're going to evaporate off the alcohol. It's going to travel through the purifying plate to clean it up a little bit. And it goes through the pipe up top, through the condenser behind us, and we run very cold water around it in this column, and it takes that from a vapor form back to a liquid form, something we can contain. And we collect that. It's going to go from 5% alcohol to about 35% alcohol. If we're doing a whiskey, we then collect multiple batches of that and then bring that 35% alcohol back into the still. We'll cut it down a little bit with spring water because we don't want to blow the place up. And we will run it through again, and then that beautiful product that will come out at the end, which is a baby whiskey, if you were, is going to come out in the 80% to 82, 85% range. And we're going to collect that, and we're going to put it in beautiful casks, usually bourbon casks, where it's going to start its aging process, so where it can go on to sort of maturity level there and gain a lot of the flavors and textures that you expect in a whiskey. I'd like to thank you guys for coming on our tour today and joining us at Okanagan Spirits Craft Distillery. And I would encourage you to invite all your friends, and for all of you looking online here, to come down and visit us at Vernon or Kelowna at either of our distillery locations for a tasting and a tour. Thank you very much. Cheers.